Number 6. If the ancient Athenians thought anyone, especially politicians, were doing a terrible job or were considered politically or socially dangerous to the city, the citizens were allowed to take a vote on whether or not the person should be exiled. This practice was known as ostrakismos, which is the origin of the English word ostracize. If the person received 6,000 votes, they would be banished from Athens for 10 years, and if they attempted to return, they would be executed. Number 5. You've never given thanks to the man who invented toilet paper. You will after this one. In ancient Greece, they had no luxuries such as Charmin Ultra Soft. All they had were pieces of ceramic called pessoi. These ancient wiping tools may have started out as just a broken piece of pottery, but then, thankfully for the sake of progress, were specifically designed and smoothed for bathroom usage. Some sources even cite the ancient Greeks as writing the names of their enemies on their pessoi, kind of like having the face of a despised politician on toilet paper today. Number 4. Like so many ancient cultures, the lack of scientific knowledge led to some very odd medicines and medical treatments. One very odd medical treatment to combat aging and promote healthy skin was the practice of bathing in mud and crocodile dung. They also used the dung as a sort of cleansing mask akin to a modern facial. While you might be thinking this is ridiculous, gross, and can't possibly have any real benefits, there is some proof in modern science that shows that certain animal excrements do contain nutrients that promote healthy skin. Crocodile feces, for example, actually does have a specific quality that helps in the removal of dead skin. Number 3. Pythagoras was an ancient Greek mathematician and philosopher who's probably best known for his Pythagorean theorem in geometry. He was also one of the first humans in history to openly propose that the Earth was round. They also believed the soul was immortal and in transmigration, which is the idea that when someone or something dies, the soul moves into a new body. Number 2. Quick fix. The Greeks were amazing scientists and mathematicians for the time period and are given credit for inventing the water mill, alarm clock, democracy, and modern philosophies, to name a few. But we can also thank them for satiating our need for instant gratification in one of their most commonly forgotten inventions, the vending machine. Though it was simple compared to the automated snack boxes that we take for granted today, the first vending machine was a brilliant design, especially considering the fact that there was no electricity. This ancient vending machine used to dispense holy water was instead powered by a simple lever system. A person would put a coin into a slot at the top of the machine. Inside the coin's weight pushed down a lever that raised the door, holding back the water. Once the door was fully raised, the coin would slip off the lever via gravity, and the door would shut. So simple, yet so genius. The design would go on to be the basis for all vending machines until the advent of electric power. Number 1. Sweet pea. What would you do if your doctor asked you to urinate in a cup and then proceed to taste it? Well, believe it or not, this is one of the many gross and perplexing ways that medicine was practiced in ancient Greece. This particular method was mainly used to diagnose diabetes. If the person's urine tasted abnormally sweet, they would be considered positive. In fact, the ancient Greeks were the first to give detailed descriptions of this disorder. And this test is somewhat backed up by modern science, though it seems obvious today that a person who has high levels of sugar in their blood would have sweet urine.